Hello readers, welcome back to PJL Books and welcome to today's showcase. Well, what with Star Wars currently poised to envelop the world like a benevolent Death Star blasting the planet with merchandise and record-breaking box office sales, I think it's the perfect time to take a step back and look at the book that inspired the whole thing. That book is The Hero with a Thousand Faces by Joseph Campbell. Whenever you watch the original trilogy, particularly A New Hope, and wonder why this movie has aged so well despite being nearly 40 years old now, it's because the storytelling in it is timeless. It's well documented that George Lucas cites Hero with a Thousand Faces as the inspiration for the story structure of Star Wars. Be sure to watch the documentary Empire of Dreams for more on this. But what exactly is this book? Well, it's a non-fiction analysis of how archetypal characters from myth and legend that have passed down the ages, regardless of where they originated from, be it biblical tales, ancient Greece, Celtic folklore, the Far East, the Wild West, wherever, they all share certain traits and stages to their hero's journey. The Hero with a Thousand Faces lays out exactly what those stages are, full of examples classical and modern, from Jesus to Neo, Hercules to Luke Skywalker. It's an eye-opening read, one that makes you realise just how much shared DNA Tales and their protagonists have in common. Moreover, it's a great way of looking at your own work and realising how much or how little of the hero's journey is present in your own work. And if you're anything like me, you'll realise just how much you follow the hero's journey subconsciously. After first reading The Hero with a Thousand Faces, I couldn't help but retrace my steps through the books and novels I had enjoyed up to then, to see the same steps play out in radically different settings. But if you fear that it's the kind of book that spoils how you view stories, like how studying music ruins your casual enjoyment of listening to it, then don't worry. These classic stages that Campbell outlines have stood the test of time for good reason, and there's a huge amount of legroom for interpretation anyway. Besides, one of the most difficult obstacles new writers must overcome is the sheer lack of rules to the process. Oh sure, you've heard general tips bandied around, I've even dished out a few myself on my off-the-shelf series, but most of those guidelines are instantly defied by those classics that fly in the face of that advice, and they're critically acclaimed. But if there ever was a rulebook for building that scaffolding to your own story, then The Hero with a Thousand Faces is it. If you are writing a classical style novel, then it's a great way to build that as well as diagnose the problems you may be encountering as you write it. Or if you're writing something that is innovative and deliberately against the grain, then you know what they say, you've got to know the rules before you break the rules. The Hero with a Thousand Faces is essential reading for writers everywhere, both as an analysis of the ingredients of a protagonist's development and as a rich pool of knowledge and ideas with what to do with that development and where to take it. And that's it for today's showcase. Thank you very much for listening, readers. This is going to be on my website, the link of which is in the description below. So take a look over there and enjoy. Thank you very much for listening, and see you next time. Bye bye.